Lesson number 10 for Tuesday, March 7th. Begin with personal needs. In Old Testament times, many of the children of Israel were farmers and shepherds. Thus, some of God's promised blessings were couched in farm language. For example, Proverbs 3, 9, and 10. God says that if we are financially faithful to Him, our barns will be filled with plenty. It is likely that many Christians don't have a barn today. So, we understand that God will bless our work or business if we are willing to follow and obey Him. Proverbs 27, 23 to 27 says, Know the state of your flocks, and put your heart into the caring of your herds. For riches don't last forever, and the crown might not be secured for the next generation. After the hay is harvested, the new crop appears, and the mountain grasses are gathered in. Your sheep will provide wool for clothing, and your goats will be sold for the price of a field, and you will have enough goats, milk for you, your family, and your servants. How would you interpret, be diligent to know the state of your flocks for Christians living today? However much the Bible warns against the rich trampling on the poor or being greedy with their wealth, Scripture never condemns wealth or people's efforts to acquire wealth, provided, of course, they don't do it dishonestly or through oppression of others. In fact, the texts for today in Proverbs indicates that we should be diligent in our financial affairs in order that we may have enough for ourselves and our family. Proverbs 27:27 says, You shall have enough goats, milk for your food, for the food of your households, and the nourishment of your maidservants. How would we rephrase Proverbs 27:27 for today? Maybe we would suggest the following. Review your financial records and determine the state of your affairs. Or, do a balance sheet and understand your debt to equity ratio. From time to time during your earning years, it would be appropriate to review your will or other documents in your present assets and update them as necessary. Such documents as wills and trusts are put in place early in the estate planning process in order to be a protection against untimely death or not being able for health reasons to decide about where your assets should go. The idea is to plan ahead for what will happen to your possessions once they are no longer yours. In short, good stewardship of what God has blessed us with doesn't deal only with what we have while alive, but also with what happens after we are gone, because unless the Lord returns in our lifetime, we will one day be gone while our material possessions, whether a little or a lot, will remain behind. Hence, it is up to us now to make provisions so that what we have been blessed with can be a blessing to others and the furtherance of God's work. Proverbs 27:24 says, For riches are not forever. Why is it important to keep this thought before us? From the book, the SDA Bible Commentary, Volume 2, page 1024 to 1025, it says, in talking about David's public labor was about to close. He knew that he should soon die, and he does not leave his business matters into confusion to vex the soul of his son. But while he has sufficient physical and mental strength, he arranged the affairs of his kingdom, even to the minutest matters, not forgetting to warn Solomon in regard to the case of Shimei. He knew that Shimei would cause trouble in the kingdom. He was a dangerous man of violent temper and was kept in control only through fear. Whenever he dared, he would cause rebellion, or, if he had a favorable opportunity, would not hesitate to take the life of Solomon. David, in arranging his business, sets a good example to all who are advanced in years to settle their matters while they are capable of doing so, that when they shall be drawing near to death and their mental faculties are dimmed, they shall have nothing of a worldly nature to divert their minds from God. And from the book That I May Know Him, page 167, it says, God considers more with how much love we work than the amount we do. Love is a heavenly attribute. The natural heart cannot originate it. This heavenly plant only flourishes where Christ reigns supreme. Where love exists, there is power and truth in the life. Love does good and nothing but good. Those who have love bear fruit in holiness and, in the end, everlasting life. Have a blessed day.